Morning. Good, thanks. Morning.
We'll do a broadcast section first, from Carl keeping us up, and then we'll turn the cameras off, okay?
First of all, Slaven, later today, Gareth Southgate will be naming his England squad. Do you think that Andy Carroll should be in that squad? Do you expect him to be in the squad?
Well, you are writing about that, about Andy and Mikey Antonio should be in the squad. Well, we're going to see today, but both of them are having a good time. They are playing good. They are scoring goals. We are scoring goals as well, and it's about the whole team, of course, but they are the ones who are most responsible for that, for finishing the chances or creating the chances or creating the space for someone else to get in a chance. So they are good players anyway, especially if you add now that I've been reading that England's got some injury problems up front and all that, so it will maybe open the gate for them to get a call-up.
From your point of view regarding Andy Carroll, would you prefer him not to be playing?
No, never. I said that already. No, I said that already. It's well, ideal if it goes for every player because of the demanding of the league and all that. It's good for the players to have some days off when it's international break, and it's good to use it for a bit of training or for a bit of resting, or basically for the bit of both, you know. But it's always good for us as a club and for them as individuals to get a call up for a national team, because that also gives you another level of confidence and motivation for the future.
After the Bournemouth defeat, the co-chairman, David Sullivan, made some strong comments on the official website saying that the situation cannot go on, and he also said that he wanted everyone at the club to think about what had happened at Bournemouth this week.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
Have you had a chance to do that, and what has been the response?
Well, it was a comment for that game, and for that game I said also that we can't be happy with the way we performed. We can't be happy with the way we conceded all goals, all three of them, especially the last one. And of course we have to improve, and we have to bounce back. I'm the first that wasn't happy with that performance, and the players know that, and they weren't happy after the game in the dressing room, of course. They were disappointed and gutted and frustrated, and they know that we didn't do well enough in that game, in a game that we play, of course, against a good opponent, but when they missed the penalty and we scored the goal, we were in basically ideal position to build on that early result, and we let it slip away from us, and then we came back, and then we conceded at the end of the game a very naive goal from our point of view, and but we have a game against Leicester now that we have to bounce back, and we are ready for that.
Is this a bad time to be playing Leicester, considering the kind of form they're in at the moment?
Well, it is a different team. Leicester is a different team 4 weeks ago, and now they really played extremely well, especially now against Sevilla. Great result for them. Great result for English football in general, of course. And in all of those 3 games, against Liverpool, against Hull, and against Leicester, they look very lively. And of course, those kind of the results, 3 wins on a spin, including qualifying for quarterfinals of the Champions League. It gives you, and it gave them definitely a big boost. And I don't know why they didn't play like that. Let's say in a game against Swansea, that was before that change of manager. but it's extremely difficult game because they're on a good run.
Do you think, looking back, it was the right decision to change managers for Leicester?
I said after they change a manager what I think about it, and still I don't understand it. But if we are talking about the performance and the results, they got the results they wanted, of course. So, but still, it was for me. It was bad decision because we are talking about Claudio Ranieri, who done everything very, very recently with them, and but it's that kind of job. It is in the nature of the job. You know, you are the first one to pay the price, and unfortunately, now nobody can say that it was a wrong decision because at least these 3 results have been brilliant for them. And the team looks different.
You must have watched the game against Sevilla.
Oh, yeah.
What did you make of Jamie Vardy's performance and also the controversy surrounding what happened with him and Nasri?
Well, it was Vardy from last year. You know, you could see that it was like copy-paste performance of him, but not only him. I mean, he's the one. Especially your strikers, when you don't have a ball, they are the ones who are setting the tempo, who are setting the pressing, the timing and everything. And it was not only against Seville, but it was also straight away against Liverpool. In that game that he also looked really brilliant, like Vardy from last season. And it's not only because he scored few goals, it was like his general performance. But as I said, it was not only him, it was the whole game. That accident, you know, that happens in football. Nasri was naive to get in that trap, and they were both booked. And unfortunately for Sevilla and for Nasri, it was his second.
Final question for me is this interview that Dimitri has given to a French newspaper over the weekend. When he said that the reason he wanted to leave West Ham was that he was bored and he thought that the negatives, the tactics that you were using were...
That we play defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go into arguing with the players, but all that you have to see if you are talking about tactics and the way we play is just have a look at the statistics from last year, but also from this year. Also from our most recent game against Bournemouth, you know, it was not lack of attacking that caused us, that put us in a situation that we have lost the game, because with ball and last year and this year, we are creating chances. We are maybe playing too offensively. Maybe that is the case, but definitely not that.
Did you ever get the feeling that he was bored? Did he ever tell you that he was bored, or?
No, I mean, Dimitri left, and he left like because you have game after game, week after week. It seems now ages ago, you know. So I don't want to go back to that. What he has done to us in the first season or in the second season, that story is finished.
Did he ever tell you that he wanted to leave because of the style?
I said that already. No, no.
You just said it was for personal reasons.
Yeah.
About Leicester just now, the team looks different. What are you expecting about them to do on Saturday? How has Craig got them playing in your view?
They play very simple. They play like they've done last year, or they play like they played also this season, but in another gear, you know, in another tempo. I mean, Leicester plays very simple football, but it's very, very productive, and that got them the title at the end of the day. So it was brilliant. And then they lost it the second season. That happens a lot of times because of complacency and all that. You are a little bit, you think it's going to that you're going to continue like that by default, you know, and it's not uncommon that you can't hit the same form with the same players and with the same style of play. And now they are, as I said before, they simply they continue now like they finished last season, and it is electric, and it is still going into spaces, getting the second ball, quick attacks, good at the set pieces offensively, good at the set pieces defensively that they weren't, especially defensively, so far in the season, up until the game against Liverpool, and they are in a good momentum now. They have the momentum, and of course they want to continue like that. But apart from the game against Bournemouth, we are also playing good, and we're expecting a lot from the game on Saturday.
You spoke about the good form of Antonio and Carroll. What about Lanzini? I mean, has he started to fill the void left by Payet, as far as you're concerned, playmaking and assists?
Yeah, he likes to take that responsibility. He's that kind of the player that wants the ball basically all the time. And when he's on the ball, he's top player. He's got ideas. He's got a skill. He's got the options to play. He sees the moves before, and he's training really good. He's playing really good, and it's not because Payet left. Of course, I mean, both of them last year played really, I would say, amazing together. But now, of course, Lanzini is the one that the players are looking more to give him a ball if he's available, if he's in a good position.
When it comes to Carroll, I mean, when he was injured, you missed him. There's a story in the paper today. You have a look at Luis Muriel, Sampdoria, centre forward, to add to the squad. Is he a player you could do a job for you this summer?
Well, I know the player, but I told you about that. Well, first of all, we are going to discuss the players that we are monitoring in public. Second, as I said, the most of those names are absolutely rumors only. Yeah.
And this match on Saturday, I mean, how important for the club is it? The first half of the season, you know, with your injuries, it was a real struggle. You turned a corner this year, Slaven. But just one win now in the last 6 outings, you need a win this weekend.
It is important, yeah. It is very important for us, and we turned the corner. But now it's still as I was saying, that it's not finished. It's still like so many points in a game, and there's so a lot of things to fight for till the end of the season. And we didn't win in 6, and now it's a good opportunity. And basically, we are under pressure, and we have to win the game. Have to win the game. We believe in that we can win the game, and we're going to do everything to win it.
Finally, from me, any sign of putting pen to paper on the next contract?
No, I mean, you know how it goes here after a couple of good results. Everybody's talking about that, and then when you don't have a good result for a couple of games or whatever, then it's another story. My situation in my head and on a paper, it didn't change, and I can cope with that quite easily. Thanks. Sorry.
Post-Bournemouth, you talked about how disappointed you were conceding on the counter-attack.
Yeah.
With so much pace up front of Leicester, how have you been working to improve on that?
Well, you have to be on your toes. You have, first of all, sometimes, I mean, when you have a ball, you have to open, because you want to win the game, you want to score. But there's a situation where you have to be a little bit in a position behind the ball. Why I wasn't happy? I mean, the counter-attacks are a big part of today's football. Not only Leicester's game, it is Bournemouth game. It's also our game. You know, you have to use the space in that moments of transition when the defense is not organized and all that before they go back, to act before them and hurt them. That goal against Bournemouth it's about timing also, you know, and it's about the position of your player who's got a ball. Is he safe or not? I'm disappointed because we didn't have enough numbers before that goal, and considering that we came back in a game that we equalized and that it was like 80 whatever minutes, 7th minute, I was expecting us to be more solid at the back and to let them chase the game and then win the game by us scoring from counter-attack.
Reading manager Jackson criticised maybe the intensity of the training here, saying that Reece Oxford wasn't ready to perform once he got to the club. What do you make of that criticism? Was it unfounded?
I didn't hear about that. We are training very intense. Maybe with Reece, you know, he will change the club, and maybe they train differently. Maybe they don't train because of so many games. But the only thing, I think Reece was fit enough. But okay, you can say that Reece signed for Reading, or he went on loan for Reading after a longer injury that he had in West Ham. So maybe in the beginning when he came there, he wasn't in the best shape because he got a problem with his ankle for 5-6 weeks and all that. But that was ages ago, and he had enough time to become ready, even if he was totally unfit. And he wasn't totally unfit, of course.
And then finally, 10 matches to go left for the rest of the season, playing a lot of teams in and around you. What are your expectations come the end of the season?
As I said, we're approaching game by game. There are still a hell of a lot to play for. And approach every game with the aim to win or to get something out of that game. And hopefully we're going to succeed in most of those games and see where it's going to get us. But the more games you win, the more up you're going to be on the table. It's like simple logic and mathematics. Cheers.
Okay, cameras off, please.